I was going to say, as far as like tools to build websites, I think there's a misconception. I mean, I remember one of our manufacturers, we went out to go meet them in Arizona, and they were bragging about how great their website was, and they spent $250,000 developing their website. And I was like, dude, I would have done that for a couple $1,000 over the weekend.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like with the tools today, it's like, why reinvent the wheel? Why, design an internal combustion engine from the ground up when you can go across the street to the Kia dealer and buy, to the Ford dealer, and sorry about that. And, you know what I mean? And buy a product that works for you. I mean, Yahoo Store, the platform we use is great, but it's not the only one. It's $50 a month. You know, if you want to open up your dog supply store, we can talk maybe after this thing, But for $50 a month, you can have an e-commerce shopping cart that works. It's not $250,000. And then, you're talking about free tools. WordPress is free. Yep. Hosting is $10. I mean, the 60% of small business owners in this country who say, it's too hard to get on the internet, we can't compete. It's like, that's a cop-out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Congressman, there are many, many forms of interactive advertising, and they could all be done at the same time on the same site. There is contextual advertising, as folks have suggested. Contextual advertising is running an ad in a context that's relevant to it. A gun dog supply ad on a site for hunters. There is behavioral advertising. That's advertising that is relevant to your interests as a user, but it may not be on a relevant site. So say that you've done some searching for Florida vacation spots. And you've done that, and you've gone to kind of Florida online magazines. Well, then you go on to someplace else looking for recipes. You might get a resort ad there. That's behavioral because you've exhibited the behavior. So then there are different formats. Search is only, according to IAB statistics, search is only about 40% of the whole. The other 60% is display, it's video, it's rich media, and that's another part of the cost equation here. If you were a small business owner and you wanted to do national video advertising 15 years ago, it was prohibitively expensive. You couldn't do it. You, as a small business owner, as the owner of Gun Dog Supply, no way you could do national television advertising. Today, you can do national video advertising online. It's cheap to do. You can buy a camera, you can produce it yourself with the free tools, and you can use the distribution mechanisms, the representation and distribution mechanisms to buy the ads and run them nationally. So it's important to point out just the wealth of opportunity for small businesses now to employ all the great tools that in the past were only available to large national or global marketers.